22nd, 2019. It is 28 years, 11 months, and 27 days since I masturbated and had an affair. We have a request from Ricardo Bonilla from Mexico. He wants to know about the difference between sex with random women and sex with a partner or a wife. My experience is that sex with random women starts off sounding like this, and then it ends up sounding like this. That's how it sounds with random women. Where sex with someone I love and value and share sounds like this. It's beautiful and meaningful. Why is that? Because they say the crazier the head, the crazier in bed. There's something attractive about just randomly having sex with people. When I was 17, I broke up with the first love of my life. And it was so painful to me, her name was C, that I decided I was going to have sex without any commitment, without any feelings, because I liked sex. But I was so hurt by the end of that relationship. I never wanted to hurt that way again. And so from 17 until 35, that's what I did. I had sex with 300 women without any feeling of commitment. And it's like I say, it starts off like this, but it ends up sounding like this. It ends up being a disaster. Because my experience is that sex, I thought, was just, bumping uglies. It was just genitals, making each other explode. And I used to be very proud because I used to at least care about whether my partner was orgasmically sexually satisfied. My friends, my male friends, they didn't care. They were just using women like shaken baked bags. And then bragging about it. And I was thinking, well, I'm this champ of a fella because at least I care about whether my partner comes or not. And a guy came up to me 31 years ago and said, Steve, you may want to raise that bar a little bit. And I said, what do you mean? He said, relationships are not about sex. Relationships are about sharing feelings. And if he had showed me a map of Uranus or Saturn or Pluto, I would not have bbeen more surprised. I had no idea what he was talking because I didn't know how I felt. I couldn't find out how I felt. And if I knew how I felt, I was way too afraid to express it to you. And I would not in any way express that to a female who I was interested in being sexual. I was always manipulating, using lines and angles and shooting curves and putting English on the ball, hustling and tricking and stuff like that, just manipulating, trying to get people to do what I want. But you know what that's like? That's like eating the box instead of the cereal. It's hurtful, not only to them, but it's hurtful to me. It's disrespectful to me. What it does is it wipes me out, that my feelings and my needs and my desires and my wants have no value whatsoever. All I care about is having a physical experience with somebody. And it's damaging to my self-esteem. I don't feel good about it. Here's how I can tell whether you're acting addictively. When you have sex with a woman or a guy, or whatever it may be, and afterward, if the moment you're done being orgasmic, you want to get away, you're doing something wrong. That's your brain telling your heart your body is doing wrong to you. That's the way I felt. But something completely different, Ricardo, making love to someone that you love, that you're committed to, that the feelings are the basis of, makes you feel safe. It makes you feel comfortable. It makes you feel connected. It makes you feel loved. It makes you feel playful. And by the way, it can still sound like because making love with somebody that you love can be just as wild and playful, pornographically, gymnastically sexual as something else. But it's got to be a basis of the relationship. It's got to be based on trust, which comes from honesty. So I've got to be able to tell the truth to my partner. I've got to be emotionally honest. This is how I feel. How do you feel? And you share and you build that relationship emotionally. And then you start to feel trust. And then we say, would you like to be my girlfriend? I would like to be your boyfriend. That means I won't have sex with anyone else. You don't have sex with anyone else. And you won't tell anybody, well, if this doesn't work out with him, I'll go with you. You won't cheat on him with your heart. You're faithful in your heart. And if you can add, that's called commitment. So commitment with emotional intimacy spells fabulous sex. And then I'm incredibly sexual. I'm 64 years old and I'm more sexually satisfied than I've been in my whole life because I deeply love my wife. I'm emotionally present with her. I'm completely committed to her. We're not only did we get married, we're having a baby in 2.5 months, and I'm 64. But I've never been more satisfied because I have emotional presence, and she does too. We share that, and we're committed to each other. First as boyfriend, girlfriend, then fiancés, and then man and wife. And the deeper the commitment, the better the sex. The relationship holds. It's the container which holds sex. Having random sex is the wrong thing to do. Not because it says in the Bible or the Quran or the Gita, that's not the reason. Ask yourself, Hemingway, one of the great American writers, said, you can tell what's moral by how you feel afterward. Have random sex with somebody and ask yourself, the moment you finish coming, how do I feel? Do I feel high self-esteem? Do I feel good about myself? Do I feel safe? Do I feel my need for love and belonging being met? Do I need my need for esteem of others? Is that being met? Do I feel peaceful? Do I feel a grace? Do I feel joyful? Or do you feel pitifully and incomprehensibly, let me get my tongue word, pitifully and incomprehensibly demoralized, depression, shame, guilt, and like you got a fever, like red ants are on your skin? If you're doing that, you're doing the wrong thing. Thanks for the suggestion. It was a wonderful one, and send us another suggestion. Thanks.